Form 4 watasoma bila malipo yoyote.
MPs were asking me why I have not released 22,000 per student. I asked them, where do I get that money?
Imagine robbing a generation of their future, then smiling at them through a TV camera. Whether the accusations are true or not, to be president of Kenya today, you need a skin thick enough to endure bullets, political, ethical, and now moral. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has dropped a political bombshell that President William Ruto is at the center of a massive scheme stealing money meant for children's education. And it doesn't stop there. Let's walk through the evidence.
I have just seen a clip in 2017 when William Ruto was Deputy President. He was saying that if re-elected together with Uhuru Kenyatta, free education for primary and secondary will continue.
Kuanzia Januari mwaka ujao. Kuanzia Januari mwaka ujao. Masomo kutoka standard 1 mpaka form 4 itaendelea bila ya wazazi kulipa school fees.
Rigathi Gachagua isn't mincing his words. According to him, the National Treasury, in cahoots with President Ruto, is orchestrating a scheme to reallocate money meant for free basic education. And the man allegedly moving the money, Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi, a seasoned ODM politician installed through what Gachagua calls broad-based government, a Raila Odinga brainchild. The path is stunning in its simplicity. Money meant for the Ministry of Education is quietly rerouted to the security docket, withdrawn in cash, and allegedly handed back to the president. From there, it is funneled into political bribery and empowerment programs, spearheaded by Interior CS Kithure Kindiki, programs that are now under a cloud of suspicion.
Iko grupu ingine ya watu Bwana Ruto, nilikuwekea kura, si ungetuwekea hata cheki bana badala ya kuleta cash. Hii cash hata niliona pesa kwa kikapu imejaa.
He's president. He has trashed all that. And what is sad is that this money that was meant for free education has been diverted by the National Treasury, by the experts ODM brought to government. They have diverted money for education. The money is channeled through the security sectors, is withdrawn in cash and given to William Ruto. This money William Ruto uses to bribe leaders, church leaders, to bribe members of parliament, to bribe members of the county assembly, to bribe everybody in Kenya for political support. The back of this money is what Soprano is using all over the country. This money that was meant for education is what this Soprano guy is having helicopters, the way Professor has said. Today they were in Mombasa. The helicopters are almost having an accident in the air because of the sheer number of helicopters hovering all over. And this is money that was meant for education. And I cannot understand how Soprano, who is a professor, would want to take part in going round wasting money meant for education on nonsense and politics. But sometimes I was just thinking about it last night. How did we get here? Why is William Ruto destroying education? And I thought about it at night and I have come to the conclusion is the advisors he has chosen. William Ruto has been very advisors, very educated, but they are all flower girls. They don't advise him on anything, they are just for show. I was his deputy, so I know. When I tell you, I know what happens. He has two advisors whom he takes advice from. Oscar Sudi, who is a standard 3 dropout. Farouk Kibet, who is a standard 6 dropout. So these two advisors have no value for education. So they have advised William Ruto to get money meant for education and take it to bribe people on useless empowerment programs. that are not empowering anybody. I saw a lady in Kisii complaining that after spending the whole day for the empowerment program, she has a group of 31 people that were given 2,000 shillings. All this money is stolen by Soprano and the members of parliament. And this is the money that was meant for education.
Let's pause for a moment and ask, where is the proof? Treasury officials claim there is no money.
That we have a strong feeling, especially from the National Treasury, that it was not right to pay school examination for all the children of Kenya. It is not right. You subsidize people who cannot.
The Education Ministry blames budget constraints and swelling student numbers, but the numbers don't lie. The government promised 22,244 shillings per secondary school student this year. Instead, schools are getting only 16,900. That's a shortfall of over 5,300 shillings per student, money that simply vanished. When asked, Treasury officials cite a cash crisis. But if there's no money, how are ghost schools still receiving funding?
Issue a circular that is proper, rather than issuing a circular of 22 and it is less.
Brother takes to schools 10,000. Already it's small. Why are you deducting money for infrastructure 5,000? You know, I have all the notes here. Why are you deducting another 1,750? So that even from the 16, what is...
Why did you not acknowledge that you're aware? Put a rider, both of you did not do that. You should have been honest with us and tell us, yes, it is 22, but then we'd know that you're also aware that there is a challenge. But when you...
As to whether it is enough for all the children in this country, it is not. If we work with 22,000 per child for senior secondary school and the 15,000 per child for the junior secondary school, and we work with 1,400 plus per child for fifth primary education, you will get higher figures than what is in the budget. That is what I'm
The
trying
Parliamentary Education Committee is furious. MPs are demanding answers. Why are schools struggling to operate? Why are the head teachers sending students home? And why is there no explanation for the gap between budgeted and disbursed funds? Some lawmakers now claim the government is either broke or corrupt beyond repair. And in the crossfire stand millions of children stripped of their right to learn. It's a betrayal that feels too deliberate to be coincidental. This revelation has placed John Mbadi, a seasoned Raila loyalist, in an uncomfortable spotlight. Gachagua frames Mbadi's presence in Ruto's treasury as a strategic Raila donation, intended to give ODM some stake in the regime. But instead of bringing checks and balances, Gachagua accuses Mbadi of facilitating the rot.
MPs were asking me why I have not released 22,000 per student. I asked them, where do I get that money?
It's a damning claim. Is Mbadi now complicit in undermining the very foundation of Kenya's democratic promise, education for all? Let's zoom out. The Constitution guarantees free basic education. It's not a suggestion, it is a right. But with money missing, schools closing early, and students sent home, that right is under siege. Parents are angry, teachers are overwhelmed, and MPs are demanding an emergency audit. But here's the real tragedy. Even if Gachagua is wrong, the trust is already broken. A nation cannot grow when its children are sacrificed at the altar of political expediency.
Rais amenituma na shilingi milioni 3.
So, is Ruto a mastermind of an educational heist or a victim of elaborate sabotage? Either way, to sit at State House today, you need not just power, you need a skin of steel to stomach the weight of these accusations. But the real question isn't whether Ruto will survive this politically. It is whether Kenyan children can survive it educationally. The future is watching, and it's asking hard questions. What do you think? Drop your comments. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Bushabi Jr.